Topic 6, solve and graph inequalities. Okay, so we are still solving here like we solved equations. We're trying to find the answer, but this time it's not an equation. There's no equal sign. It's an inequality. So inequalities have this sign, the more than sign, or the less than sign. And if you have trouble, if it's hard for you to remember which one's which, for me, I like to remember it as the big number always likes to point to the small number. It's saying, haha, you are so small, so I'm pointing at you. So this number is bigger than this number. Okay? Or if you're looking at it the other way, the big number is still pointing to the smaller number, but here this number is smaller than this number, or less than. And if you see here this sign, it looks like an L for less. Okay, so let's try and do this question. Question number 1, we have to solve and graph this question. So how do we solve it? Well, we're doing this the same way we have to solve an equation. I'm going to put my line on this sign here. Where is my x? My x is here. I have to delete this plus 5. I'm going to do the opposite, minus 5, minus 5. Okay, so plus 5 and minus 5, we delete. We have x. Now here we don't put equals, we put the same sign as this one. Exactly the same sign. It's more than 7 minus 5, 2. So x is more than or greater than 2. So we have solved it. Now we have to graph this inequality. How do we graph this? Well, first we have to draw a number line. Let's start with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so first we have to draw a circle above 2, because 2 is our answer. We draw a circle here. Now we have to draw an arrow going this way or this way. Well, this means x is more than 2. So the numbers that's more than 2 is on this side. So I'm going to draw my arrow like this. And that's the answer. One small cheat, one way to remember how to do this. The more than sign looks like the arrow is pointing this way. And it's the same direction. Okay, the arrow is pointing this way. So in our graph, the arrow is pointing this way. Okay, question number 2. Let's do this really quickly. Put the line here. Our x is here, so we do plus 2, minus 2 and plus 2 we delete. We have x. This sign, 8 plus 2, 10. Now here is a bit different. Our x is on this side. To make it easier, I'm going to switch it and put the x first on this side. X here and 10 here. When I switch, my sign also switches. So this one is pointing this way, so now the sign has to point this way. X is less than 10. So on my graph, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. On my graph, I'm going to put my circle on 10. A circle on 10. And my arrow is pointing this way because it's less than 10. X is less than 10. Okay, question number 3. Solve and graph this question here. Put a line here. This is minus 4 times a, so we divide by minus 4. Times by minus 4 and divide by minus 4, we cancel out. We have a. 20 divided by minus 4 is minus 5. Okay, one thing to note here. When we divide by a minus number, we're dividing by a minus number here. The sign switch. switches. Okay, so now it's pointing this way. We have to switch it, and we are pointing this way. Okay, so a is more than or equal to minus 5. Let's draw the graph. Minus 6, minus 5, minus 4, minus 3. Excuse me. Minus 2. My answer here, I'm going to put the circle on minus 5. And it means a is more than or equal to minus 5. And the arrow is pointing this way. Okay. One thing to note here, this is more than or equal to. There's a line here. So the circle, we have to color the circle. Now it's correct. Okay. Before there was no line, no color. Now there's a line here. The circle, we must color it. Question 4. Solve and graph this question. Put a line. This is x divided by 3. The opposite of divide by 3 is times 3. Divided by 3 and times 3. We delete, we have x. The same sign. 8 times 3, 24. I want to put my x first, so it's easier. X and 24 here. And this sign we change to the other side. Okay. X is more than or equal to 24. So I'm going to draw my graph. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. My circle is above 24 and the arrow is going this way. More than 24. There is a line here, more than or equals to 24. So I'm going to color my circle. Question 5. If p equals 4, is the inequality 2p minus 10 more than or equal to minus 4? True or false? Let's write the question. 2p minus 10 is more than or equal to minus 4. Okay. It says if p equals 4. So this means 2 times p. So we're going to do 2 times 4. 2 times 4 is 8. Minus 10. So we write it like that. 2 times p. P is equal to 4. So 2 times 4, 8. Minus 10 is greater than or equal to minus 4. So 8 minus 10 is the same as minus 2. Minus 2. 8 minus 10 is minus 2. Minus 2 is greater than or equal to minus 4. Is minus 2 more than minus 4? Yes, because if you think about it, the number line, minus 2 is above minus 4. If you think of temperature, minus 4 is cold, it's down here. So minus 2 is more than minus 4. So is it more than or equal to minus 4? True. The answer is true. Okay, this question here, question 6. 4 more than 5 times a number x is less than 40. Write an inequality for this statement. So let's write down what this question means. 4 more than plus 5 times a number x. 5 times x. 5x is less than. So is, we put the less than sign. Less than 40. So all we have to do is write the inequality. We put all of these together. 4 plus 5x is less than 40. This is the inequality. It does not say solve, it only says write. So this is your answer. Question 7. Fatima does not want to spend more than 180 dirhams on clothes. She wants to buy a pair of jeans for 66 dirhams and spend the rest on t-shirts. Each t-shirt costs 24 dirhams. Write an inequality for the number of t-shirts she can purchase. Okay. So let's start from here. Fatima does not want to spend more than 180 dirhams. Okay. She does not want to spend more than 180 dirhams. So that means she can spend less than or equal to 180. Okay. Because if she spends 179, it's still okay. It's not more than 180. If she spends 180, it's still okay because it's not more than 180. So we have to put the less than or equal sign. Less than or equal to 180. Okay. She wants to buy a pair of jeans for 66 dirhams. So let's write this here. 66 plus. She wants to spend the rest on t-shirts. Each t-shirt costs 24 dirhams. We don't know how many t-shirts she's going to buy. So we're going to say 24 times x, or 24x. Okay, so write an inequality for the number of t-shirts that she can buy. So this is our inequality. Okay, if we wanted to solve this, minus 66, we would have 24x 1 less than or equal to 114, and x less than or equal to, let me get my calculator, 114 divided by 24. Divide by 24. Divide by 24. X is less than or equal to 4.75. So this means she can buy less than or equal to 4.75 t-shirts. She can't buy 4.75 t-shirts, so she can only buy a maximum of 4 t-shirts. Okay, if she buys 5, it's too much. So 4 t-shirts is the most she can buy. Question 8. Solve and graph. So it's the same thing here. Put a line. Our x is here, so we have to do plus 5. Minus 5 plus 5, we cancel. Minus 0.5x less than 1.5 plus 5, 6.5. This means times, so divide by minus 0.5, divide by minus 0.5. We're dividing by a minus number, so remember this sign, we change it. Okay, this sign, we change. This cancels, we have x. 6.5 divided by minus 0.5 is minus 13. X is more than minus 13. We have to graph it. Minus 14, minus 13, minus 12. Our circle is on minus 13 and the arrow is going this way. Okay. Question 9. solve and graph, we're doing the same thing. This time we have z on both sides. I'm going to minus z to delete this one because this is smaller. Okay, here we have nothing, 0. Minus 4z minus z is minus 5z plus 35 is more than or equal to 0. Now we have to delete this number, minus 35 minus 35. We have minus 5z is greater than or equal to 0 minus 35 is minus 35. Now we divide by minus 5, divide by minus 5. Again, we are dividing by a minus number, so this sign, we switch it, we change it. We have z minus 35 divided by minus 5 is 7. So z is less than or equal to 7. If we draw the graph, 6, 7, 8. We have the circle above 7, and the arrow is going this way, less than or equal to 7. And because there's a line, less than or equal to, we color the circle. Okay. Question 10, the last question, we have to determine the inequality here. So, very easy, we start with x. The circle is on minus 8, so we put minus 8 here. And the arrow is going this way. So our inequality is also going this way, because the arrow is going this way. Okay, that means x is more than minus 8. All these numbers is more than minus 8. The circle is not colored, so there is no line. Okay, same here. Start with x. The circle is on 3. Now the arrow is pointing this way. So my inequality is like this. Okay, x is less than 3. All these numbers are less than 3. And the circle is colored, so we put a line here. X is less than or equal to 3.